All right, you've about got the system mastered. Next installment, follow up. So 3 steps, what were they? Prospecting, appointment setting, and follow up. So there's a little bit of setup to follow up. So we've set a very firm appointment with a specific time, who's calling who, agenda for the call, very short call, 5 minutes unless there's questions, and some follow up options. Could totally not get to it, no big deal. We'll set up a new time. Could hate it, no problem, won't hurt my feelings, can't think about it. Maybe you loved it, maybe you had a referral, and we can figure that out together, right? So we've set that concrete date, time, who's calling who set up. Now, an hour before that phone call or so, we're going to send a text and an email. Email is going to remind the links, and the text and email and maybe even a calendar invitation. We're all going to do that. Hey, here's the links in case you lost them or you don't have them. Here's the information we're going to talk about. And the calendar invitation, the email, I would reiterate, maybe even in the text, reiterate possible things that could happen. Yes, no, don't think about it. Possible referrals, those kind of things. So I'm going to send a text or an email at least an hour beforehand. And the purpose of that is to remind them that we're getting together. Oftentimes, that's where I'm going to get my, hey, oops, haven't gotten to it yet, or hey, I got to it, no need to call me, hated it. And I'm okay with all that. All I'm doing is sorting. I'm not trying to convince anybody. I'm just sorting the people, right? So that's where we're going to get started. We have this set up. So we've sent them the text or the email. They reply back, yep, looking forward to it. You call at the exact time, not 5 minutes before, not 5 minutes after. Call exactly when you said you would call. You have to set the example, be the leader, set the pace, and do what you say you're going to do. So at exactly 7 o'clock on Saturday, we're calling Bob. It's now 7 o'clock, maybe 6:59. We're going to call Bob and say, hey, Bob, Robert here. Did I catch you at a bad time? Is it still going to work to visit for 5 minutes about the information you had asked for? Awesome. Anything we should be talking about? Try not to give leading questions like, what'd you like best about what you saw? Because it may be nothing. So I would say something like, hey, Bob, 7 o'clock, promise to call. Did I still catch you at a good time to visit for 5 minutes? Awesome. Not sure you got a chance to watch the videos. If you did, guessing it's probably not even a fit for you. Maybe of no interest whatsoever. If you go, no, man, and wherever it goes from there, I'm just going to let it roll. I'm going to let Bob tell me why it's important. So he goes on telling me, well, tell me why that's important. I'm going to ask some follow-up questions. Think about peeling an onion. We're going to take one layer at a time. So we're going to go, oh, really? That's important. Why? Oh, what else have you done about it? What do you like? Well, why didn't that work? Well, why is that a concern? So we're going to peel away the layers of the onion. And just at the end, so he's talked to go, well, Bob, it sounds like there might be some interest, unless I'm totally reading it wrong. That's a good closing question. Or how about this one? What would you like me to do next? Super simple, right? Or if he's like, I have no idea. Well, Bob, we're going to give him some options. Typically at this point, there's either going to be some more information you'd like to get, you decide to have me never call back again, or you're ready to get started. Something I'm missing, right? So we're going to leave it completely permission-based for Bob. He goes, well, I've got some questions about the compensation plan. We have videos that we could send about the compensation plan. Awesome. What I'll do, now this is for the appointment set. We're going to go right back to appointment set. So the follow-up leads to another appointment, leads to a very concrete appointment, specific date, time, who's calling who, the agenda, what are we talking about, what are the possible outcomes. Awesome. And then we're going to go right back into appointment setting. So we're going to set follow-up, set an appointment, and just keep the process going. In the next video, we're going to talk about why we don't do three-way calls the way you may have been taught. So see you back next video, three-way calls, and setting some other follow-up options.